Right, welcome to Module 4, and now we're focusing on financial statements. Okay, so this section is going to be looking at some of the information that comes out of a business. And for finances, well, this is financial statements. So the financial statements are how we tell how the business is going. It's all the information, financial information, so that the users can make decisions from it. So, what have we got? Financial statements is the information about a business. Maybe it's their performance for the year, what things they own, what things they owe to other people. Now, all this information is obtained out of the business's accounting system. So this might be recorded in maybe Xero, MYOB, other programs or packages that are there. For the larger chain hotels, they would have their own system that they use. But they can run these reports or financial statements to tell them various bits of information about their business. Okay, so the financial statements, it uses all those end balances that we just used in Module 3. So it uses the end balances of whatever our revenue items, so this is the amount that we earn from our customers, our expense items, so this is how much we've paid out, our costs to keep our business running. We also use our asset items, how much, what we own, how much is it worth. We also use our liability items, what we owe to other people and how much we owe. And finally, our owner's equity items. This is how much money have the owners put into the business and also taken out. So these elements, these 5 elements, are used to construct the financial statements. Now, we don't use all of them in one financial statement. I'm going to show you which ones we use where. But we do need the closing balances of each of these. So we do need to tally up for maybe a month or maybe the year, whatever period we're looking at. You know, what's our revenue been for that period? What's our expenses been for that period? Assets, liabilities, owner's equity. What do we own? What do we owe? All of these we use to gather information so that we know the health of the business or the performance of it. And this information comes out in the financial statements. Okay, so I put a question here. Who would likely use the financial statements? So think, financial statements are various bits of paper that have how it's gone for the year or the health. Who would use it? So have a think, have a research. Now, if you think about these, the most likely is going to be owners of the business. Now, these could be shareholders if it's a big company, but if it's just owned by a mum and dad, well, that's going to be just the owners of the business. So they definitely want to know how the business is going. Banks, they're definitely a big one. They want to know how you're doing with repaying your loans. Are you able to repay your loans successfully, or do they have to come in and sell everything? Then we've got maybe various suppliers. They want to know, are you making money, or are you going to be able to repay their bills? So various users. The other big one, tax department. So Inland Revenue, for example, in New Zealand, they definitely want to know how you're going, and you have to pay tax on the profit that you've made. So, called income tax in New Zealand, and they definitely want to know information about your business. So all of these are users of financial statements. They want to be able to use these reports to be able to know how the business is going. Okay, here are the 3 most common financial statements. We have the income statement, and there's a couple of different words for the income statement. We'll come to that when we look at the income statement. Income statement focuses on the profit of the business. The balance sheet, so balance sheet looks at assets and liabilities. And finally, the cash flow statement. Now, there are more financial statements than this. There are more than just these 3, but these are the big 3 that you'll find in any company will prepare these. Now, in this course, we're just going to be focusing on the first 2. We're going to be doing income statements and balance sheets. And the cash flow statement, well, we're going to do that next year, Business Evaluation 2. We come around to preparing a cash flow statement. So we are going to be preparing these financial statements using the information we've got so far. Okay, now there are some important things for the headings for the financial statement. There's always going to be these three things. What is it? You know, what financial statement is it? Is it an income statement? Is it a balance sheet? Who does it belong to? So this would be the name of the hotel. And finally, when does it relate to? Now the when will change depending on the financial statement. So for an income statement, you're going to be looking at maybe a year of data. So it's going to say for the year ending 31 December. But for a balance sheet, it's going to be a bit different because a balance sheet is only at one day, at the end of one day, at the end of the period. So in that case, that's going to be the last part there, as at 31 December 2020. So just know that that does change depending on the financial statement we're looking at, but you will have all three items: what it is, who it relates to, and when it is. Okay, so that's a really quick overview of financial statements and what we're going to be getting into